Check it out, my name's Kris Krohn. I have bought thousands of properties, and I'm gonna tell you right now, the number one reason why people don't invest in real estate is they say, it takes money to make money. But what if that weren't true? Today, I've got a special guest, Carlos Reyes. The dude makes millions of dollars, never putting up any of his own cash, never putting up any of his own time. It definitely sounds too good to be true, but that's why I'm bringing him in studio today.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go!
Carlos, how we doing, my friend?
What's up, brother? Good to see you.
Carlos got on a plane this morning. This is what we're talking about, how to make money in the game of real estate without owning property. And brother, is it too good to be true?
No, sir. It's called real estate wholesaling. And it's something that folks have been doing for a very, very long time.
Check it out. Carlos is bringing up a topic we do not talk about a lot on my channel. So let's go ahead and define it. What is wholesaling? Real estate wholesaling is a strategy to flip homes without ever purchasing or even improving them. Instead, the value you create as a wholesaler is in finding distressed properties and connecting them with the buyer, essentially just flipping the contract. Carlos, is it really just that simple?
Absolutely. See, the key here is finding off-market discounted properties, getting creative and finding these distressed deals. You don't have to have a license. You don't have to have money. You don't have to have credit. You just got to be creative and you got to have some hustle.
All right, let's talk about this. I've got $20,000 in my hand. These are two stacks of $10,000 of $100 bills. And we're just gonna do an example here of what happens in the wholesaling game. Because the amount of money that you make as a wholesaler depends on your ability to negotiate a low contract price, plus what the buyer is willing to pay. The best way to find consistent buyers is to build a database of investors who will be motivated to purchase multiple properties from you. So in this example here, this is a property that someone is willing to pay $220,000 for, and it's probably worth more. So they're motivated to buy it at that price, but I've got it locked up at $200,000. So when this person goes to buy that, guess what I get? I get $20,000. And here's my question. Is that a lot of money? Is that a little money? Is that average? What do you see?
$20,000 is a very average amount across any market if you're wholesaling. I've had multiple six-figure payouts throughout Vegas, Texas, California, Arizona. My biggest payout was in Berkeley, California for $783,000. And again, you just have to find the deal. You have to do what investors aren't willing to do, which is find these off-market discounted properties.
Can I ask you a question? $783,000, when that went in your bank account as like a PR, a record, how did that feel?
Amazing. That was our first $1 million month, which felt absolutely amazing.
Okay, let's talk about the first step. Like, how do you actually cause this and make this happen? There are 3 steps that we're gonna cover today. Here's the first one. It's all about finding the deal. Finding a motivated seller is the key to getting a good bargain. Their need to sell motivates them to offer lower prices or provide flexible financing terms. Many wholesalers market their willingness to buy properties online or drive around town to find distressed properties. I'm kind of curious, Carlos, you've been doing this for the last decade. Like, do you drive around town when you got started in the game? Were you doing, something more online with the internet? How do you recommend you find a really good deal?
This is the golden egg, right? We're the golden goose. This is the golden egg. My first deal came from bandit signs, 2,400 bandit signs, 6 months. That was my first ever wholesale deal, but I haven't done a bandit sign ever since. And I don't recommend that you do that also because it doesn't work in most markets, but this is what you probably should do. There are multiple marketing channels that you can explore, like direct mail, Google AdWords campaigns, cold calling. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And the whole objective here is to find an off-market discounted property that you can put under contract, and you can flip that contract, that piece of paper, to an end buyer, which we'll talk about more.
At the very end, let me show you how you can work with Carlos and find those deals like that. Okay, once you found a really good deal, we're gonna move on to number 2 of the 3 steps. You gotta get the home under contract. Once a seller is located and a price is agreed upon, they will make clear to the seller that the contract may be assigned to another buyer before the agreed upon closing date. Can you explain that a little bit?
That's called an assignment of contract. So once you find this great deal, okay, and you put this deal under contract for X amount of dollars. Let's just say that this particular property is worth $350K. You contract this price at $200,000. The property is worth $350,000, and you find an end buyer, a fix and flipper, a buy and holder that will pay you $220,000 for this find. Well, guess what? You're about to make $20,000 in a matter of days. That's how this game works.
So check it out. You found a really good deal, you got it under contract, and the third step is you now need to assign it to somebody else and say, hey, I really don't want to buy this. I don't want to go to the bank. I don't want to come with the money. I want you to do all the work. I just want a finder's fee. A real estate contract isn't necessarily an obligation for a particular individual to purchase a home. Rather, if it gives the individual the right to buy that particular home, but that right can be sold and assigned to another purchaser if the terms of the contract allow it. In other words, it's like I already got this house right over here under contract, like Carlos was talking about. I got the right price on it. Now I'm going to see if I can flip the paper, the contract, to somebody else for that finder's fee. How does that work exactly?
Well, the title agency actually handles everything for you, which makes it so easy to do. Once you find a deal, you got to find the buyer, the right end buyer that is looking to flip this house or just hold it as a rental. Once you do that and they want to pay a little more on top of whatever you contracted this property for, you're going to make what's called an assignment fee, and that is your payday. Now keep in mind that this end buyer, they actually, if they want to rehab this property and they want to flip this property, well, they're going to do all the work. You have to do nothing. You already did the work by finding the deal.
Now, one of the reasons why I have Carlos Reyes in studio here today is because over the last decade, he has helped so many people become financially free through the game of real estate. And the way he's describing it in wholesaling, you don't have to wait 10 or 20 years to own, 20 or 30, 50 properties and feel like, hey, I'm worth millions of dollars. In the meantime, he works with people that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, millions of dollars a year. And so really, it's this dichotomy of active income versus passive. We're talking about something pretty active here. You might need to put in 20 or 30 hours a week, but you can make a lot of great money. I have done a lot of passive real estate in the past. Wholesaling is a great way to generate cash, usually between $10,000 and $50,000 on a deal. However, building wealth usually requires a good mix of both passive and active income. Once you build up the capital, you may want to start investing on longer buy and hold strategies like what I'm teaching you to do on a regular basis. But here's the cool thing. If you really want to know how to get into the quick money game of wholesaling, check this out. Check it out. This is pretty exciting. Carlos and we basically a year ago met, started connecting with each other, and realized this dude is the king of wholesaling and flipping. And I don't have anyone that competes with me in the volume of $2 billion worth of buy and hold deals that I've done. We decided to join forces, and we call it Property, the most profitable system for making money in real estate, whether wholesaling or doing a buy and hold. And if you want to learn more about getting with Carlos, myself, if you're ready to start making hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars a year, that is a reality. And there's a link below where you can get your hands on this information and learn how to do it. And Carlos, the people we've worked with so far, how amazing has it been?
They've never experienced something this amazing in their lives. And you know what? You know what they're most excited about? That they're going to begin to make money now. And I'm very happy about that.
So check it out. If you want to learn more about the system and what we're doing and how you can get up and going, click the link below, start learning all the tips and tricks. We're going to show you how to get it done.
Kris, that was a lot of fun, but you kind of didn't mention the buy and hold aspect of this whole thing. Why don't you tell them about that?
Check it out. If you want to learn how to buy and hold real estate and multiply your money and have it double potentially every year or every other year, you're definitely going to want to come right over here, watch this video. Let me show you how to get that strategy done.